Hello, everybody. Happy New Year to you. So, this is January 2024, and so far we have done two of the 34 mat-based Pilates moves. We had a focus on the 100. Do you remember that? November. Then we had a focus on the roll up, or the build up to the roll up. That was December. Obviously, we've had a little break over Christmas. So we're moving in for January to the third move, which is the roll over. So it's very similar, slightly different, but very similar to the roll up where we curled up from our head end and rolled our spine off the mat, whereas this is rolling up from your leg end and rolling your spine off the mat. So not appropriate if you've got disc issues, osteoporosis, some kind of back problem that, it wouldn't suit you. But there are ways of building up to it. And really, it's a big stretch for the whole of the back of the body. It's core strength. It's managing your core almost in a balanced way with your legs in the air. So you've almost got to balance up there. And it's about releasing the whole of the back of your body, legs, lower back, mid back, upper back, and neck to some extent. So I'm going to just show you it and tell you what the moves are. And then I'm going to show you how you could maybe warm up for it a little bit. The good news is we keep our arms on the floor so we can use those to help us. And the good news is that even if you've got a back issue or any kind of prolapse or pelvic floor issue, because your head is down, it's doable for certain, not doable in its entirety, but partly doable for you guys. So the description is to take the position illustrated lying on your back, lie flat on the mat or the floor, stretch your arms down by your side, straight forwards. And then with your legs close together and your knees locked, then you point your toes, you inhale slowly and begin to lift your legs off the floor, roll them over your head and touch the floor behind you with your toes. Then you take your legs wide in a big wide V and control the descent. Exhale as you roll your spine down, neck, shoulder blades, waist, back of your pelvis, and then eventually your legs come slowly down. Then you bring them together and you go over again. So this is like a smooth flowing movement, and we are doing them 5 times, keeping our legs tensed and trying to get that articulation of the vertebra, trying to feel the spine moving one bone at a time, keeping the back of your head pressed onto the floor and not letting it lift up even though it may want to. So that's the move. We are going to have our legs in the air, we're going to be mobilizing our spine, we're going to be stretching the inner thighs. So if you just come down onto your side, hopefully you'll be able to see me all right here. Some starter moves that you could do to kind of warm up a little bit, and this might be it for you. You might just want to do these, would be, because obviously we're going to have our legs like this and we're going to lift them and then take them over and take them down to the floor, keep looking forwards, take them wide, and then control our spine back down, point, all the way down. Then you bring your legs together again and then go again. So we're going to need some core strength to curl the pelvis off the floor. So I want you to have your feet hip width and parallel. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, without using your feet, without using your legs or your bottom, imprint, pelvic tilt. You'll feel that low band of kind of woohoo going on. You've got your pelvic floor slightly engaged. You're not tensing your ribs up. Your ribs are soft. Your neck is soft. But you've got this real feeling of low belly control and then release. So this is a good warm-up. Lift your pelvic floor, relax your feet, relax your thighs, relax your bottom, tuck under. Shoulders chill out here and neck. And then release. One more time. So I'm showing you this because it's a modification of the move. If you never wanted to lift your legs off the floor like I've just briefly demonstrated, that would be fine. So this is a good way of firing up these muscles in a smaller range of movement, nice and safely. How about we bring one leg in, point the toes, and slide the other leg down, and I'm going to point and flex. Now I'm giving you this as a bit of a warm-up because, of course, you're going to lift your legs up in the air, and if your hamstrings are really tight and your leg only comes to here, and that's as far as your leg goes, how on earth are you going to get your pelvis to curl off the floor? So hamstring flexibility and lower back flexibility are going to be key for being able to execute the move. You could bend your knees, but That's not the move. And then let's do the other side. Leg in, slide the first one down. This feels tighter, you can see, because this knee wants to bend. Wowza. Woohoo, tight in the back of my calf and my hamstring. I have to say I've had a break over Christmas, so this isn't going to be the most elegant of demonstrations. However, nice to get that feeling of mobilization in the ankle. So when we've had a little stretch, then how about we bring both knees in, let them hang out wide, and have a rock from side to side. Because when we lift our legs off the floor and roll up, or roll over, you're going to need to have your pelvis feeling quite free where it meets your lower back. So a few circles one way, a few circles the other way, all good. Then we're going to bring our feet together, arms wide, and have a gentle twist. Again, trying to kind of stretch the flanks and the lumbar spine so that it feels easier to flex and articulate it. And then lifting, shuffle your hips a smidge, let's go the other way. So this is preparation, just in case I don't want you to come at it cold. Feels tight on this side today. And then lift. Now same again, but feet wide, and let your knees go wide, and a windscreen wiper twist, but with your knees wide, so that you get a bit more across the side of your hip. Breathe, of course. Windscreen wiper the knees up, shuffle your pelvis, let's go the other way. So you might want to stay with either of those twists, knees together, knees apart, or if you can do it, bring your knees in, hold on to them with your left hand, right arm wide, lower them across, very close to your chest, very close to your body, and then use this hand to guide the knees towards the floor. So you've now got a bit more kind of pulling going on here around the back of the ribs where it meets the waist. And that's quite useful for when you're obviously going to be peeling your spine off the floor, and a bit of stretching movement here. Apart from it feels nice. Lift one knee, carefully lift the other. Grab with your right arm, relax your neck. Keep the legs together, lower them across to your right if that's the side you're going to. Let the left arm go out. Turn and look left if you want. Ooh. Stretching through the waist, hip, ribs, down your flanks. Are we ready to move for January? Excited to get back. It's good to have a break, isn't it? I suspect in the first week we'll have a little bit of muscle soreness because we'll wake everything up, apart from Joe Bennett and one or two others who did download their classes on Christmas Day, Boxing Day, the next day. So well done to you guys. Apparently they were hard classes. So we've done some mobilization. Now feet to the floor, arms wide. Take a breath in. 3 shoulder bridges. Press with your feet, squeeze with your legs. Peel the spine off the floor. We're looking for that flow and articulation. Arms go up and over. Inhale, nothing under your head here. Roll down. Feels good. Try and let the shoulders hang, the arms relax. Then bring your arms down and take a breath in. Foot pressure is even, remember. Big toe, little toe, heel, use your bottom, use your legs, roll up. Arms up and over, leave them just off the floor, nice and wide and saggy. Inhale. Exhale. Usually get a little clunk at this point. And down to neutral. Bring your arms down. One more time, breathe in. And again. So those are all little warm-up moves that you could do. Final little stretch for you before we finish the warming up section is to bring your knees into your chest, take your legs straight up, and then take your legs really wide apart. You can have your hands on the outer thighs if you want to, or on the inner thighs. And let's have a little point and flex here. And that's because when we roll our spine down, we have our legs wide. So you'll lift them off the floor, legs straight. But when you come down, your legs are wide. So you want to have that freedom of movement in the inner thighs down towards the inside of the knees. And when your legs are wider like this, it kind of spreads the fascia on the back of your body. It's broader, the stretch feels wider on your back rather than very close to the spine. So there is a subtle difference. And then bend your knees, pull in. Are we ready? So I'm going to show you the moves. We're going to have a go at 5. Please don't do them if you know that it's not going to be appropriate for you, or you're thinking, no, not yet, thanks, Lindsay, then don't do them, because 5 will take me a few seconds, but the modifications I can give you after will be useful. So just hang fire in case you want to have a go at the modifications. So arms by your side, your hands pressed down, palms down, your legs are braced, toes are pointed. You squeeze your legs and your bottom, and we're going to, you might be a bit of a neutral spine here, but we're going to go into a bit of a pelvic tilt when we lift our legs. So breathe in, big sigh out. Now we lift the legs on an inhale. So inhale, lift the legs up, go into your pelvic tilt. That might be it. And press your hands into the wall, take your legs over, and if you can, toes touch the floor. You can see the big stretch from the back of my skull all the way down my back into bottom and then hamstrings. Now take your legs as wide as they'll go, chair in the way, and roll your spine down. Try and relax your shoulders and keep your head down. All the way down to the floor. Bring them back together. You've got to use your core. Here, inhale. All the way over. Take them wide and exhale. Bring them in. Inhale. Wide. Exhale. Keep those ribs anchored down. Inhale. Oh, it's a nice stretch, particularly thoracic spine. No good if you're concerned about bone density. It's not for you unless you've been exercising all your life and you're pretty clear that you are strong. Over we go. Relax your neck. Legs go wide. Control with the exhale. And relax. So there's only 5. Have I moved? I've shuffled down the mat a little bit. Not bad. Okay. You can see it's not going to be appropriate for everybody. So here are your modifications that we'll be doing in class. You can have your feet flat, pelvis in neutral, bottom relaxed, hamstrings relaxed, feet soft, and you can exhale, inhale, exhale. So it's a feeling of rocking your pubic bone up to your nose, imprinting, squidging your waist down, anchoring your ribs down, but switching off your neck, and then release. So that area stretches again. Exhale. So what you're not getting is the stretch on the back of your body, but you are getting the activation of the deep core, low abs. One more time. You might be able to do the move after we've tried this, eh? So next version, should you like to try it. Keep neutral spine, fold one leg in to 90, fold the other leg into 90. You've still got your flat pelvis, your natural arch. You take a breath in. Exhale, tuck under. So you've got to switch off your legs a little bit and then think of rocking your pelvis under to flatten your waist. Inhale, release the tummy muscles a bit. The back re-arches. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Next option, straight legs, put them together. They're at maybe 45 degrees or so, a bit higher. You've got your neutral spine. This is quite tough. Inhale. Exhale. And again. So you've got a longer lever. And what you might notice with this is that when the legs go away from you, it's harder. When the legs come over your pelvis, over your belly, and over your ribs a little bit, it starts to get a little bit easier because the weight of the legs is taking you that way, so it's easier to keep the imprint. Whereas when you release, the weight of your legs is obviously going that way, and it's harder to keep neutral spine. One more. Now this is all slow and controlled. However, if you wanted to kind of think, well, I'd like to have a go at peeling a bit of my pelvis off the floor, even if I don't get all the way up. So what you could do is have your legs back at 90 degrees, arms on the side, and instead of going slowly, so it really feels very powerful in the core, you could start to swing your legs a little bit and press down into the floor a little bit, so that when you can just roll your hips off the floor a little bit and your arms are helping you, you can just pause and levitate there just momentarily. It's tough. It's hard to keep your head down. Can you see that this is a build up to eventually being able to go over? So legs bent is a little bit harder. Legs straight is bizarrely easier, but you can do them slow, total control, or swing and release, catch yourself, don't arch the spine, and again swing, press down with your hands, relax your neck, coming back down, and again swing, and exhale. And then those of you that wanted to eventually get there, over you go, toes to the floor, and then take the legs wide, slowly come down with the legs apart. Da, 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 da. Ooh, clunky hip, and then back in. Wow. You can see the first three moves, how they build. This one, do you remember? To generate heat and fire up your core. And then this one. Ooh, I can tell I haven't warmed up for that. To curl from the top end of your torso, firing up the abs on the front of the body, stretching the back of the body. And then the one we've just done, inhale, over we go, legs wide, exhale. Very much deep, strong core. You only need a few of each, don't you? And then, of course, as we move through the 34 moves, we'll be doing things on the back of our body to strengthen the back. I hope that all makes sense for you. So starting this week in class, we'll just, I mean, you know some of this already because you'll start to go, oh, that's why she does that in class. So pelvic tilts without using our legs or our bottoms, then maybe knees at 90 degrees, then maybe a bit of momentum. So feel free to ask questions and let me know how you get on. Looking forward to seeing you this term, getting back into things. Bye for now.